Here's a game against Petit Bill. Let's start with e4. e4, d6. So it's at the Nimzovich defense. Or this is Neo Philidor. Here, let's defend the pawn. Yeah, he's just playing a Philidor with d6 and e5. Got me to play this knight c3 move. Sometimes you'd rather have a pawn there. Let's see. So I can take and trade queens. That's pretty dull. Oh, what else could I play here? Let's just bring the knight out and defend that pawn. Yeah, so I was actually threatening to take that pawn and win it. So I'm going to develop this bishop. Could come out to c4 as well, I guess. Especially now that this knight has blocked his bishop. Let's see, he could try knight to knight to b6, kicking my bishop. Bishop drops back, and then he brings his bishop out and pins my knight, sort of indirectly defending his e-pawn. I guess I'm not too afraid of that. This is one of those positions where white has a little more space, so slightly better for white. I can take here now. There's no queen trade happening, or it's not necessary anyway. Queen trade is not necessary. If he takes with the knight, I'll probably trade knights. He takes with the pawn. So let's put the queen somewhere useful. Bring a rook to the d file, maybe play bishop to e3. Okay, so maybe he's preparing to kick back my bishop. Let's throw in a4, stop him from playing b5. Keep him from gaining too much space on the queen side. So he brings his queen out. Yeah, getting it off the d file makes sense. That's the open file. The rooks are headed there. I've given up the b4 square, so he could also try and move like bishop to b4 if he wants to do something about this knight. You know, he might try to weaken this pawn. I mean, that was one idea. b5 was to push on with b4, chase the knight away. And then if I have a bishop on e3 like this, then this pawn is undefended. Okay, so at this point, what do I want to do? Can I increase the pressure on the e-pawn? Maybe I can move my knight out of the way and prepare f4. If he takes, I take back with the bishop hitting his queen, so I gain a tempo. It leaves me with an isolated pawn, but then I could maybe push that pawn onto e5, chase his knight away, and yeah, I've got a number of pieces aimed at his king side there. Okay, so he brings the pressure on my e-pawn. That kind of slows down my plans. Or does it? F4 now. He takes, I take. He moves the queen. This pawn is still not hanging. Sorry, F5 first. F4 first. He can't actually take the e-pawn just yet because we've got two knights defending it. He's got two knights attacking it. I guess he's not required to take F4, but if I takes back with the queen, I can still play bishop to F4. Chase his queen away and keep the e-pawn defended. And I have an open F-file to play on with the rook and bishop trained on F7. And black never got this light squared bishop off the back rank. So his rook is out of play. So I suppose I should be looking for sacrificial ideas as well. Okay, what can black do here? He can play bishop to G4, force my queen to move. He could play knight to G4, attacking my bishop. Yeah, he's got moves here. Yeah, knight G4, so that's not bad. So if I play F5 here, it cuts off the knight from defense by the bishop and cramps his king side a bit. Maybe at some point I can push on to F6. That's a possibility. And he will probably just take my bishop, leaving my queen and king in this diagonal. So let's see, is there a tactic there? I push, he takes, I take. If he moves this knight with tempo, it threatens to bring a bishop here and skewer. So that's annoying. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually step my king off of that diagonal. Funny as it seems, I think maybe that's necessary. Because this tactical idea. I've fallen for those kind of tricks before. Now there's no move with this knight with tempo. Things are defended over here. And I still get to double my rooks on the F-file. I did lose a good piece in that bishop, but I think I still have potential here. So this is defended twice and attacked twice. So if I bring another rook over, that will be a move with tempo. Leaves this pawn hanging, but he'll need to defend this pawn first, probably moving his bishop. Actually, bishop to G4, speaking of moving that bishop to G5 rather, is a annoying move. It's an annoying move. Bishop takes here with check. I don't have a way to move my rook with check that I see. But what does he do after bishop takes? If he takes with the rook, I can take back. He takes my queen, I take his queen. He takes my knight. What does this result in? I give up a rook, a bishop, and a queen, and he gives up a queen. Oh no, I don't give up the rook. The rook goes here and then there. But he does get a bishop. And he gets that knight. So that does not work. Right, bishop g5, bishop g5, bishop takes here, check, rook takes, rook takes. Oh, I get a rook. He gets a queen, I get a queen, he gets a knight. So that wins the exchange. So bishop takes check. Oh, it starts with him taking, so he gets a bishop, I get a rook, he gets a queen, I get a queen, he gets a knight. So he gets 2 pieces for a rook, and my rook is over here, and his bishop is here. I'm threatening this pawn. And it's my move in that situation. If I take and he takes with the queen, I take and he takes with the rook. Oh, he throws in a take of my queen, so I trade out there. Yeah, I think I end up losing material there. So I think I have to just defend my rook. Okay, no more dark squared bishop to worry about. No more pesky dark squared bishop. But there's also no big threat on f7 anymore because he's got it adequately defended. Yeah, and he's got moves like that. So what can I play here? And knight's still defending that pawn. Yeah, I could play this, right? Kick that knight. Yeah, I was thinking for some reason that I was leaving the a pawn undefended, but my knight was defending it. Let's see. So I can take either the bishop or the knight, but I think I want to take the bishop here. So yeah, I'm down the exchange for not much. Pawns are even, and he even has the better pawn structure. So this should be good for black here. But he's got to prove it. Let's bring my knights forward. I'm setting up a knight to d6 there. You can still play rook to d4, knight d6. He can take the b pawn, and my knight d6. I mean, it's a good location, but it's not actually threatening anything. He encourages me to move my knight. Okay, let's take once. Play here. So now knight d6 actually does something because it hits this pawn. And there's knight d5 as well, hitting the queen. And let's see, how many pieces can I get to gang up on f7 there? And got the knight and the rook so far. I can get the queen on this file, but he's got 3 defenders with rook, queen, and king. It's going to be hard to overpower f7. And he's got it blockaded. He's got my e-pawn blockaded. So I guess maneuvering with the knights here is my best bet. If I go here, The queen takes on c2. I have the check, and then I can take on, I have the check here, and then I can take on f7. So he probably won't take on c2. But if he does, I have that. And let's see. So the queen needs to move along this line to stay in touch with the f-pawn and the square e7. Yeah, so he went there. So my knight can hop in here to f6. That's interesting. Maybe I should pin first. Make knight f6 a big threat. He's really low on time. Okay, yeah, I don't think I was really winning in this at this point in the game, but there was still play, so so that's a fair time win. He's just got to speed up as he runs low on time. There was a big threat at the end of this knight coming in there. That's with the pin. That's a fork of the king and the queen. Anyway, we'll check this out with the chess engine and see how I could have done better. See you guys later. Bye.